The Oklahoma State Board of Education recently voted to require parents to disclose their citizenship status when enrolling children in public schools. This new rule has sparked controversy and debate across the state. Supporters argue it is needed to ensure resources are allocated properly. Opponents fear it will discourage immigrant families from enrolling their children in school. The rule requires schools to collect and report data on the citizenship status of every student. This data will then be used to inform funding decisions and resource allocation. The board argues this information is crucial for understanding the needs of Oklahoma's student population. However, critics worry it will create a climate of fear and distrust, particularly for undocumented families. Board members in favor of the rule cite the need for accurate data to support Oklahoma's students. They argue that knowing the number of children from immigrant families will help them allocate resources effectively. These resources might include English language programs or other support services. They believe this data-driven approach will lead to better outcomes for all students. However, education and immigration advocates have raised serious concerns. They fear the rule will have a chilling effect on enrollment, particularly among undocumented families. These families may be afraid to provide their information, even if their children are U.S. citizens. This could lead to children being denied their right to education, a right guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution. Critics also argue that the focus on citizenship status is discriminatory and harmful. This new rule in Oklahoma has drawn comparisons to the landmark 1982 Supreme Court case, Plyler v. Doe. In Plyler, the court ruled that denying undocumented children access to public education violated the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. The court recognized the significant costs of denying education, both to the individual and to society as a whole. The Oklahoma rule, while not directly denying enrollment, raises concerns about creating a hostile environment for immigrant families. Critics argue that requiring citizenship information could deter families from enrolling their children, effectively denying them access to education. They fear this could create a shadow population of children without access to schooling, echoing the very concerns addressed in Plyler. The Oklahoma State Board of Education's new rule has ignited a complex debate about data collection, resource allocation, and the rights of immigrant families. While supporters believe the rule will lead to a more equitable distribution of resources, critics fear it will create barriers to education for some of the state's most vulnerable children. The long-term impacts of this rule remain to be seen. However, it is crucial to remember that education is a fundamental right for all children, regardless of their immigration status. Policies that create fear and uncertainty within immigrant communities ultimately harm all children by undermining the promise of equal educational opportunity for all.